that the zoo has fallen deeply into the abyss. Obviously, the executive arm of government has transited from terrorism, patronizing body to professional kleptomaniacs. Consequently, the blindfolded lady of justice has been raped and kidnapped in broad daylight by the power that be, thereby dashing the hope of the common man to the ground. And as a result, justice is no longer served to the common man in Nigeria, but to the highest bidder. And this has given birth to judicial apostasy and constitutional sacrilege.
It's not clumping.
In conclusion, the restoration of Biafra remains the panacea to human dignity, equity, freedom, and justice. And that's another reason why it is impossible to crush our resolve. And anyone who will take a historical look at the trajectory of the Biafra restoration struggle will agree to the fact that we have been brutalized but not defeated, persecuted but not perturbed, killed but not obliterated, blackmailed but not convicted, rejected but not discouraged. Therefore, one important thing that all the enemies of IPOB should know is that this generation of Biafrans under the leadership of Martin Nnamdi Kanu and the TOS has a divine mandate to restore the sovereignty of the Biafran nation via a political process called the referendum. Which will allow the Biafran people to decide as to whether to remain in the unworkable union that Nigeria has become, or opt out to determine our economic, cultural, and political futures by ourselves. Because we are convinced that neither death nor sorrow, neither marginalization nor deprivation, neither discrimination nor dichotomy, neither betrayal nor sabotage can crush the collective will of the people of Biafra or stop the Biafra restoration project. Because people has ordained the coming of Biafra, so that his will may be done on earth, and it will be done very soon in our lifetime. The leadership of IPOB is working assiduously on many fronts to ensure that our leader is released unconditionally and very soon, as ordered by several courts of conviction. Thereafter, we shall be getting ready to rejoice and celebrate the victory of Biafra exit, which is very imminent. So I implore every one of you to remain strong, remain focused, and keep the fire burning. Long live the indigenous people of Biafra, long live Martin Nnamdi Kanu, long live the TOS, and long live Biafra. All hail Biafra!
All hail Biafra!
All hail Biafra!
All hail Biafra!
IPOB!
One family!
IPOB!
One family!
Before we go to our deputy head of directorate, before we go to the our deputy head of directorate, I don't want to make a very brief comment about the issue of justice that our European rep mentioned in his opening address. My own comment is, when a country has decided to put its own justice system in the marketplace and the highest bidder gets justice, is that not enough for you to know that there is no more a country? Because what gives you security, according to them, that the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. If the judiciary have become Ochanja market, have become Ladipo market, if the judiciary have become Nkwo market, where you can actually go and price and pay to get justice, where is the hope of the common man who cannot afford it? And these are the reasons we must continue to fight for Biafra to come. Because we cannot live in a system that have already impoverished us and now put money as basis to buying justice. You and I know that we cannot afford justice in Nigeria as it stands today, and that is the lowest any country can go in the world. So I don't think there is any other. If this alone is reason, in fact, for reasonable people, it's enough reason for everybody to decide that enough is enough in the so-called Nigeria. So on this note, I want to hand over the microphone to our Deputy Head of Directorate, Mazi. Thank you so much.
IPOB.
One family.
IPOB.
One family.
IPOB.
One family.
We shall continue to remain one family. There is no other way to go about it. Because we're all created as one family, quite from the origin. And the enemies do know that. But let me thank those of them who have spoken. They spoke very, very, very well. That's a very great rendition. The Deputy Director spoke also very well. Talked a little bit about discipline, which is very, very key in what we are doing. In the backdrop of the whole thing, we know that we have gathered here because of our popular symbolic events, and that is the fact that we have opened our live office, we have our Btv, and of course to showcase to the world that the moving locomotion is unstoppable, and that is IPOB. Now there are people who wish to reformulate, recalibrate, and begin to look for a new nomenclature for this very hallowed movement. We are indigenous people of Biafra. We don't have, I keep on saying it, no prefix, no suffix. Don't call us auto, IPOB, or Pluto, IPOB, or no. Any of you who started this journey from the beginning knew that IPOB was IPOB, is IPOB, and will be IPOB. Come from the side, from behind, with all their criminal mindedness, with the targets to steal and run the jackals. You see them trying to steal and run. You know, just what, if you go to the Serengeti park in Africa, you will see the demonstration right there live. That what China does is what these criminals do. But those of you who have remained focused, those of you who have remained tenacious, those of you who know where you're coming from, you are not relenting, you are not drawing back, and that is why you're here today. Because you are a hardcore, because you understand that what we're doing is spiritual. And we will continue to handle what we're handling spiritually, even as we work physically. So I thank you for understanding what this is all about. For you to be here today is not by accident. It's because you understand what the whole thing is all about. You understand that the other way is blocked. The only way to the future, the only way to freedom is IPOB. That's not the way from. Now our people are suffering back home. Why? Because the land is under siege. And because we have politicians who are working with them. We have those of them who are only after their own personal families, personal pockets, personal accounts, and not about you and I. We have graduates who have graduated for 15, 20 years and nothing doing. And the money for their jobs, the money for their creativities are being stolen and pocketed by criminal politicians who call themselves governors and the senators and all whatnot.